Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to the conversation. So today I got a serious topic that I want to get into today, and the question is, will Nick Wright regret all of the nasty things and really hate that he had for Kobe Bryant and things that he said about him? That's what I want to get into in this video today. Now, for those of you who've been following this channel, let's say for the past, 8 months or so, all of you guys are fully aware that I've always said that Kobe Bryant is by far my favorite basketball player of all time. It's not something I apologize for. I didn't apologize for it then. I'm not apologizing for it now. And I'm not one of these late bandwagons who are jumping on and just, nah. I really loved Kobe, his approach to basketball, his mentality, the way that he played. The way that he thought the game, and I think, and of course his Mamba mentality, which is something that he imparted onto people who were outside of the NBA and people that felt like they could participate in having this sort of strong athletic approach to life, because in the work that we do, most of us are not athletes, at least I'm not an athlete. So it's really hard to really push yourself in that way, like when you go to the gym or going for a run. But if you work in an office or you have some type of job that doesn't involve any physical movement, it's really hard for people to see your your mental drive except from your results. So, when I used to run a lot, I always used to listen sometimes to motivational videos and listen to Kobe talk, and listening to him got me through a lot of dark times in my life. So Kobe Bryant definitely meant a lot to me. I followed his career all the way down to, I used to go to the, when he was winning his, those championships, I would go to the Lakers website, and every time after practice, I would go and watch all of his videos after practice speaking to the media. That's how much I followed him. So Kobe meant a lot to me. I think he meant a lot to a lot of people out there. And, for many people, he's one of the greatest players of all time, at least top 5. I have him right behind Michael Jordan. And the reason I have Kobe behind Michael Jordan is quite simple. Reason is, if we all agree that Michael Jordan, or the majority of us agree that Michael Jordan is the best player of all time, and Kobe Bryant is the closest thing to Michael Jordan, then there's no reason you shouldn't have Kobe in your top 5, unless you disagree with the notion that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. Because if Kobe is the closest thing, and he literally was, he was basically Michael Jordan, basically. Not quite, but just basically him. And if you're willing to concede that MJ was the greatest, then I don't know what argument you have for Kobe not being right there. If we're going to talk about, first of all, skill as a basketball player, forget about accomplishments. We're talking about as a basketball player, as being able to play basketball. I can't think of anybody that can play basketball better than Kobe Bryant outside of Michael Jordan. I'm sorry, and I'm never going to apologize for that to anyone. No one can play basketball as good as Kobe Bryant outside of MJ. This is my opinion. I don't think there's anyone that can say that. I don't think there's another basketball player that's smarter than Kobe Bryant. There are other basketball players that are just as smart as him, but I don't think there's anyone smarter than him. I don't think there's anyone that worked harder than him. I don't think there's anyone that studied the game more than him. So there's no argument out there you have for me that's going to make me feel like Kobe Bryant is lesser than what he is. He is one of the greatest basketball players of all time, regardless of what people like, Nick Wright and these others say that try to really diminish his greatness. He will never be diminished in my eyes. And when I heard of his passing, I was in complete disbelief. And it really hits, like when I'm talking about it, it doesn't really hit me as much until I see a photo of him. And then it's just like, you look at the picture and you're like, what the heck? Like, that's what's hard to process. I mean, the fact that he was a young guy and something like this happened to him, it's just, I can't believe it. Like, literally, when I see pictures of him, you look at the picture and I stare at it, it's just like, Kobe's gone? Like, that does, like, it's hard for me to put that into context. So for those of you out there who don't know what Kobe Bryant accomplished in his career, let me just give you guys a quick rundown. He was actually drafted as a 13th overall pick by the Charlotte Hornets, who was then later traded by Jerry West to the Los Angeles Lakers. And Jerry West, who was in, deeply hurt by what happened to Kobe Bryant after his passing. He went on to win 5 championships, 1 in a 3-peat with Shaquille O'Neal. He has 2 finals MVPs. He won a Most Valuable Player of the Year award in the year 2008, which was the year he also went on to win his first gold medal. He's an 18-time All-Star for playing basketball for 24 years for the same organization. He's been on 11 all-first NBA teams, 2 all-second NBA teams, so 13 all-NBA teams for his career. He's been on 9 all-first defensive teams, and he's been a scoring champion twice, and he actually won the slam dunk contest in 1997 in his rookie season. He has the second most scoring output in the history of the NBA with 81 points against the Toronto Raptors. And you know, for his career, Kobe Bryant averaged 25 points a game, 5.2 rebounds a game, and 4.7 assists. Now, I believe his averages will be much higher, but for the first 3 or 2 years of his career, he didn't really play. In his rookie season, he averaged, I believe it was 7.6 points a game. The following season, he averaged 15.4, and the third season, he averaged 19. Since that point, since those first 3 points, he went on to probably average above 20 points for the next 14 years after he tore his Achilles. I mean, 22, 28, 25, 30, 24, 27, 35, 32, 28, 26, 27, just putting up incredible numbers all throughout his career, and he's a 5-time champion, as I said before. But now let's get into the whole thing with Nick Wright. All of you guys watching these videos, you all know that Nick Wright has never been the biggest fan of Kobe Bryant. We all know this, okay? The reason is because he scoffs at the notion of Kobe Bryant being better than Michael Jordan. And let me tell you guys one of the reasons why talking about basketball became so important for me. You don't know how much it would hurt me to sit down and listen to people like Nick Wright talk about Kobe right after he retired, like he was an afterthought. He would say stuff like, at no point in Kobe Bryant's career was he ever considered the best player in the world. But to give you guys a deeper understanding of what I'm saying, just listen to some of the things that Nick Wright used to say about Kobe Bryant.
That's where Kobe engages in some of the most intellectually dishonest revisionist history you are going to find. Where Kobe says, the only thing that ever mattered to me my entire career was championships. Well, yeah, except for the time that you made the Lakers pick between you and Shaq. When
Yes.
Shaq was the best player in the world. When the year after they chose you over Shaq, Shaq finished second in the MVP. And the year after that, he won a title. What were you doing those 2 years? Well, you were so focused on championships, you missed the playoffs in 2005. In 2006, you blew a 3-1 lead in the first round. And in 2007, you lost in 5 in the first round. What did you do after 2007? Oh, you demanded a trade on Stephen A. Smith's radio show. You then found some goofballs in a parking lot and on video trashed your teammates Andrew Bynum, your GM Mitch Kupchak for not making a trade.
When you hear these things and you see the level of vitriol that he speaks with, and you know that it's not true, you know it's not true, meaning you, the viewer, you know it's not true. Maybe Nick Wright can, convince himself of it. But there's no way you're going to convince us basketball fans who saw Kobe play. And you're not going to convince former NBA players who played against Kobe. That's why every single time he has a former player come on his show, there's always pushback. They always push back on him. Like, what in God's name are you saying? And now with the unfortunate untimely passing of Kobe, to see Nick Wright now pay homage to him, it was very surprising because I'm quite sure Kobe was someone Nick Wright didn't like. I can say it because his love for LeBron was so insane that he would literally hate the other person. And if you say, I'm taking it, I'm pushing it, I'm maybe pushing the envelope, you go out there and go watch videos of Nick Wright speak about Kobe. The anger in which he would speak with. How dare you say something about, have a comment towards LeBron James, even when Kobe said LeBron needs to figure it out about a year ago. Nick Wright, who are you, Kobe Bryant, to say that? I mean, excuse me, a 5-time champion, a top 3 greatest player of all time, and you're saying who is he? The person that when LeBron got around, saw his work habits in the first Olympics, and everyone knew. Guys, go and do your research. I'm not here to be arguing back and forth with people in the comments. Go do your research. When Kobe, for the first time, when other NBA players, Carmelo, Dwayne, LeBron, all of them saw Kobe up front and his work habits, Jerry Colangelo, the president of International Basketball, said when Kobe came to camp, we automatically knew who the best player in the world was. That's what they said about it. So forget about all of this crap people want to say about this. That's for y'all, man. You guys are arguing against yourself. You ain't arguing with me because you ain't gonna convince me otherwise. You're not arguing with me, you're arguing with yourself. The facts are what it is. LeBron has said that Kobe's better than him. Every other one of them, your favorite basketball player, has said Kobe Bryant is better than him. Forget about what you're saying. They've said it. And that's what matters. So to hear Nick Wright come out and speak so glowingly about Kobe, I thought it left me with a bad taste in my mouth, to be quite honest with you. He took it to a more of a larger point and talking about a more overall reflection on life, saying, you know, seeing his passing and his untimely passing made him sort of think about life in a different way. But by no means, don't get it mistaken and think for a second that Nick Wright actually liked Kobe Bryant. Let's not tell that story, because he never did. If you watched him talk about Kobe, he's one of the main proponents out there that led the way to diminish, the legacy of Kobe Bryant after he finished playing basketball. I am 100% convinced of that. When you say stuff like, in no point in time in the NBA was Kobe Bryant ever considered the best player, you know you on something else. And that's where I agree with a lot of people in the comment section when they come to Nick Wright. They're not just doing that for anything. Now, I don't agree with taking it to the extreme with some of the things that are said, but the hate that he had for Kobe was unbelievable. And for people out there talking about if LeBron came to LA and won a championship, you crazy? You talking about somebody that played 20 years for an organization, brought you 5 chips, contributed to 5 NBA championships, and you think someone else is gonna come in a year and do that? Of course, I don't agree with that. So this is a video I was kind of conflicted about doing, but I said, you know what? I'm getting it off my chest because I'm sure a lot of you guys out there thought the same thing after you heard him speak about Kobe Bryant after his passing. So what I want to know from you guys in the comment section is, do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you think that I'm making a point, or do you completely disagree with me? Whatever you think, please let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed what I said, share the video with another friend that you think may actually want to hear the message that I gave off in this video. Once again, this is Charles here from DreamersPro, wishing you guys an amazing day.